No, Julie, listen. I'm really glad you and I are getting remarried. Like, you have no idea. After years of just feeling like such a screw up and like everything's been crumbling around me, things are finally starting to look up again. It's neighbor. It's neighbor, Julie. I mean, come on. You've seen how they act around me. It's obvious that they have feelings for me. I mean, I can't fathom as to why I was such an ass to them at times. I'm surprised they don't absolutely despise me like almost everyone else in this factory. Look, my point is, neighbor likes me, and I really like them as a friend. They're as close a friend to me as Barnaby at this point, and I don't want to lose them. I can't lose them, Julie. I don't know if neighbor's going to be upset, but if they are, God, what if they try taking it out on you? You can handle yourself? Okay, you know what, that's fair. All right, all right. I'll tell them. At the very least, they deserve to hear it from me, and not from the gossip that gets spread around here. Neighbor, could you step into my office for a minute? Have a seat. Am I all right? What'd make you think that something's wrong? I seem tense. Well, you're not wrong about that. So, I wanted to take the time to meet with you just so we can both come clean to each other. What do I mean by that? Well, I've noticed, especially over the past few months, that we've gotten pretty close. I mean, you hug me almost every day, and normally I'd torture and kill anyone if they so much as tried to touch me. I pick on you, you pick on me, and I'd say that overall we've become really good friends. And I know you have feelings for me, and that's not an issue. However, you should know that Julie and I have made amends and have decided to remarry. Yes, seriously. Wait, where are you? Oh my God. Was yelling that out my office door really necessary? Who did I hear cheering out there? Oh, like half of the factory? Oh my God. So, I take it then that you're not upset about this? No? Oh, you've actually been low-key hoping that we'd get back together. Well, good to know that I've got you as a supporter in all this. Yeah, a little bit. I was a bit worried you'd be upset about it. But this has actually taken a huge weight off of my chest. Like, you have absolutely no idea. Thank you, neighbor. Well, yeah, no shit you're invited to the wedding. Where the hell are they? They said they wanted me to meet them here. I can't help but wonder, though. Why here, specifically, in front of the Spectra Falls? Hmm. Hmm? There you are. Decided to be fashionably late, did we? You had a few last-minute things to take care of? All right. So, I mean, you obviously wanted to meet me here for a reason. It seemed like the best place to ask me, what? Do I love you? How many times are we going to go over this? Of course I love you. I mean, we've been together how long now? What about Julie? Yeah, we were married. Yes, we were raising a child together for a time. Well, that's all in the past now. Julie doesn't feel anything for me anymore, and I've come to accept that fact. I've moved on. We can still work together, we can make polite conversation in the break room, and we can visit Ophelia when her spirit is around. That's about it. And besides, I have you now. You've brought me so much joy since you've come to this god-forsaken factory. I honestly can't remember a time when I was this happy. So, is that it? Or is there another reason you wanted to meet here? I think I know where this is going. All right, ask away. You, you're asking me to marry you? You know, I had a reeking suspicion that that's what this was, but yes, I will. Yes, really. Now, come here. Mm. I'm so happy, neighbor. I love you. I love you so much.
Okay, this is Rex Patchwork 7923, audio log number 12. Topic of discussion today, Walden Darling. I found a laptop today that appears to have belonged to the previous assistant of this facility, and it's turning out to be a treasure trove of information. Threw me for a loop for a moment because, honestly, I didn't think we were talking about the same Walden Darling, but nope. It's the same guy. I've managed to identify 6 separate incidents that might explain what's going on here. Incident number 1, the death of Mrs. Darling, mother of Walden Darling. Cause of death, unspecified. The only information I've been able to learn about this is that Walden's father apparently blamed him for her death. Incident number 2, the death of Ophelia, Walden's adopted daughter. Cause of death, seizure. It's hard to imagine that guy actually choosing to take in and raise a child. But I'm an assistant, what do I know? Incident number 3 would be Walden's divorce to Julianne, which followed shortly after Ophelia's death. There's not a lot of information here as to why exactly, but Jeremy says they were still on speaking terms. Incident number 4, the termination of the Resurrection Project and the subsequent death of Barnaby B. Beagle.
Ophelia? Sweetheart, it's Daddy. Daddy came to visit you. Ophelia? Wait, why can't I feel her presence? She's always been here. Barnaby! Barnaby, what? Barnaby? What have you done to my daughter?
Allegedly, the fake body meant to house Ophelia's spirit was dismantled. As for what happened to Ophelia's spirit afterwards, unknown. But I suspect something happened that caused her to move on. Ah, yes. Incident number 5. Julie's attempted departure from the Rainbow Factory. It would seem that it was Julie that was the one to convince Barnaby to terminate the Resurrection Project, under the pretense that it would help Walden move on from her. And on top of that, she was the one to convince Ophelia's spirit to move on.
How could you, Julie? How could you do this to me, to us? You didn't love Ophelia the way I did. Damn it, you could have at least given me the chance to say goodbye. Just get out of here, Julie. Get out of my sight. But just know, I won't give a shit if something happens to you. Security, keep a lookout for one Julianne Joyful. Target is kill on sight.
Following that, Julie decided to try leaving the facility, again believing that her departure would be beneficial to Walden. Response? Gunned down by security at the main entryway. Damn, neighbor, whoever you were, you left one hell of a report trail for me to follow. Since the report seemed to abruptly end there, I guess that just leaves me. Incident number 6. The death of neighbor. Cause of death? Unknown. Relationship to Walden? Unknown, but I suspect the two of them were pretty close, if this pattern that I'm seeing is anything to go by. It would appear this incident became a catalyst for Walden losing his memory.
Damn it. Why? Why is it that whenever I love someone, I lose them? Mom, Ophelia, Julie, and now, neighbor. This is all my fault. It's all my fault. It's all my fault. It's all my fault. I wish I could just forget. Come on, Walden. Pull yourself together now. Come on. I need to forget. Forget them. And just run the factory. Forget them. Run the factory. Forget them. Run the factory. Forget them. Run the factory.
Well, looks like I've got my work cut out for me. My abilities don't seem to affect him in the way that they usually affect other people. He wants me close by, but it's less about bringing him comfort and reducing stress, and more about waiting for me to fuck up in some small way, so he has a reason to turn me into a color. Apart from that, it's also so I can manage the factory while he's out, looking for his next batch.
Assistant. Care to explain what you're up to?
Oh, hi, boss. I didn't hear you walk in. I was just recording my audio log for the day. You want to take a listen? It's a bit lengthy, but...
No. I need you to go down to the lab and get started on our next batch of colors. Be sure to bring me my coffee first.
Right away, sir. Time, 11:52 p.m., 7/9/23. This is Rax Patchwork signing off.
So wait a minute. Let me get this straight. You married your assistant? Well, yeah. We worked together, became close friends, started dating, and eventually they proposed, and I said yes. Really? Neighbor proposed? Honestly, I can't see it. They must have been a nervous wreck. Oh, believe me, they were. But I admired their courage. So, did you not marry neighbor? Nope. Julie and I remarried after Barnes managed to bring Ophelia back. What? Okay, truthfully, I'm envious. I was lucky enough to keep Julie as a friend, but bringing back Ophelia? You know what? Good on you. Glad everything's working out. You're not gonna cry, are you? No, mostly because that guy hasn't said a word since we got here, and he's starting to make me nervous. And who's the rag doll?
The name's Rags Patchwork.
Holy fucking shit. I wasn't expecting a deep voice to come out of a tiny little thing like you.
Don't call me Tiny.
You might want to listen to him. They're not nearly as cute and harmless as they look. Ah, so he does speak. Just sounded like gossip to me. And since it clearly has nothing to do with me or my factory, I don't really care. Aha. Personally, I don't like the way he's looking at us. The crazed look in his eyes. I was just thinking the same thing. Rags, was it? What's the deal? Are you his assistant, or...
That'd be me. Actually, I think we might be able to help each other.
And what do you mean by that? What are you plotting, assistant?
Nothing. But one of the people they mentioned is an individual that I've been trying to look into, and it sounds like they may have the information I've been looking for. All right, here's the deal. You tell me about Neighbor, and I'll let you know exactly who you're dealing with right now.
You know, I don't know if we should. Agreed. Besides, don't they work at your factory in some capacity? Why can't you ask them yourself?
Let's just say doing that would require me to go to one of your universes.
Rags, I swear if this is about that stupid audio log of yours.
Oh, we're using names now, are we, boss? This is good. I think we're bonding.
Mind your place, Patchwork. You might make an ugly shade of teal, but I can still find some use for it.
Message received. Either way, I don't think I'm asking for too much. I just need some basic information. The two of you are free to cut me off at any time.
I suppose I can agree to that. Yeah, okay, fine. So, what do you want to know?
Well, as Neighbor is your spouse, I don't exactly need you to answer this question. But what about you? How would you describe your relationship with them?
Well, they're my assistant. We're good friends. That's about it.
Have you ever contemplated throwing them into the grinder, experimenting on them, or otherwise turning them into a color?
Not recently. Maybe when they were new and I didn't know them that well, or they did something incredibly stupid. But aside from that, no. Same with me. I mean, Neighbor can be really random and impulsive sometimes, but doing anything to them now would be unthinkable.
I see. And how would you react if Neighbor were to pass unexpectedly?
What kind of question is that? Obviously, I'd be devastated. I'm not sure if I'd be able to cope if I lost them. I've lost too many people in my life already. I don't think I'd be able to keep going without them. It'd be difficult for me for sure. Actually, I don't like the thought of losing them one bit. They're not just some random worker from production. They're my assistant and a really good friend. Losing them would be a tragedy.
That's actually really useful information. I know exactly what I'm up against now.
And what would that be? What exactly is going on with your boss in your universe?
Well, essentially, Boss lost everything. The Resurrection Project? Terminated. Ophelia's spirit? Gone from our world. Julianne? Executed by security for being the one responsible. And as for Neighbor? They died. Nobody I've asked knows for sure what happened. And Boss? He doesn't remember anything. Not Neighbor, not Julie, not even his own mother.
Fuck. What about the others? Poppy, Barnaby, Eddie, Frank.
Barnaby is also dead. He was killed for granting Julie's request. The others are still there, but Boss has no idea that they were his friends.
Damn. So that's why your boss is like that? That hand of his. I don't exactly like the looks of that. How did he do that? Where is his prosthetic?
That's classified. Thank you, gentlemen. That's all I need. My boss and I will be on our way now.
Wait. All right, this is going to be rich coming from me. But are you going to be all right? Working under him, I mean. Something about him still feels very, very off. I can't quite explain it.
Maybe it has something to do with him leaving the factory every night to go into town and abduct people for their spectra and to use for his experiments, including children.
What? Tell me you're kidding.
I'm afraid not. Color is color to him. But regardless, I owe my life to that man, and I'm committed to doing what I can to help him heal from his past.
Rags. It might be too late for that. Your boss could already be too far gone. I mean, if he's killing children, you might be killed yourself trying to help him.
Yeah, maybe, but I'm not giving up until that happens. That's my job, both as his assistant and as a ragdoll.